Ever getting concur for expense, travel, and invoice. Everything you described scaled perfectly to our business.
There, it's on.
Surprisingly cost effective.
Lucy, you're a genius.
So this is on. Well, that's just for the YouTube video.
Say it again.
That's recording now.
He is Juan Manuel Gastalu.
Are you gonna
He
edit
is a
it?
father of 4
No.
children and also a grandfather.
1 minute.
Oh, great.
You're not gonna edit it, huh?
Satisfaction
No.
and family responsibilities. He has learned that everything is better when everyone works as a
My
team.
life is kind of
and that
unedited
helping at home
anyways.
makes those you love happier. With your support
least now.
and these same values, he will be municipal president of Tijuana. Because Tijuana is everyone's home. Juan Manuel Gastalu. He, you, everyone. Tijuana.
All right.
There is too much fear in the community. Fear of being
You're good?
fear of being involved, fear of delinquency. He comes to break those fears. Fewer robberies, fewer assaults. It's the moment to seriously confront delinquents. He is Rene Mendeville, candidate for mayor. Tijuana deserves more security. He knows how to do it, and together they can achieve it. Coalition candidate of the PRI with the Green Party, New Alliance, and Work Party.
XAPA 1700 AM FM.
You're listening to ESPN Radio 1700. The views and opinions expressed on the following program are those of the hosts, guests, and callers and are not necessarily those of this station, its management, or other hosts or advertisers.
Party people, can yo get funky? Suicide and force, can yo get funky? The Zulu Nation, can yo get funky? Yeah.
Hey, good afternoon. This is Vincent Villafranca. You have reached the 5th show of Smart Move with Vincent Villafranca. And we have on the show today, we have Chris Butcher. He's a business consultant with Pacific Communications and also joined the National City Chamber of Commerce as a general member in 2015. And literally just months later, he was nominated to join the board of directors. Is that normal? I mean, a few months later, you're on the board, or how does that work?
I don't know. I don't know what normal is. I just kind of do my thing, and I got very involved there and really put both feet in, 100%. And they asked me to join. I was so involved that it just kind of made sense for me to be a part of the chamber in a deeper way.
Chris Butcher, he grew up in South San Diego. He graduated from Marion High. Is that right, Chris?
That's right.
What year was that?
Really? 1984.
84? And then you went to SDSU, right?
Correct.
What'd you study at SDSU?
I got a degree in journalism, actually, journalism advertising, and go ahead.
How do you become, you were a physics teacher though, right?
Physics.
How do you become a physics teacher and you graduate in journalism? How do you do that?
Well,
that's something I
got to my final year at San Diego State, and I
Right.
realized that I hated journalism.
Oh, I understand. I understand. I can't read or write, so I understand.
So well, it was I just it wasn't clicking for me, and so I had to find out something else to do, but I didn't want to go back and take a million classes at San Diego State. So I said I'm going to push through, get my degree, and figure out life after that. And at 21 or 22, I guess that was probably the best thing I could do at the time.
I went to SDSU at that time, and I was an engineering major.
Oh.
Now, do you see me as being like an engineer? Because
No, not at all.
I did that because being Filipino, they say, hey, you need to be an engineer. You need to be a professional.
What about the medical field?
No.
Okay.
I'm not. I don't like blood.
Okay.
I don't like that. But I went there. I transferred in as an engineering student, and I realized that I just don't like to sit and study for hours and hours, and I just couldn't do that. So
You're a bad student?
not a bad, maybe just like a hyper student. Like I couldn't sit and figure things out for that long. Like an hour-long problem is long enough. I can't do an all-day problem where there's like this part needs to be right, this part needs to be right, and then 8 pages later, I got the answer. And then all that work in between, it just made me crazy.
Right.
So that's what physics and calculus. It's just pages of problems. I just couldn't do that. So.
Well, see, you had a bad teacher.
Probably.
Bad teachers.
I probably did.
My goal when I became a teacher was to make it fun and relevant and interesting.
Right.
And when things are fun and interesting and relevant to whoever, the kid or the adult, they're gonna like it. They're gonna participate, and they'll spend the amount of time, right, to get it down.
That just-
when you like it, you will do it, right?
Oh, he's in teacher mode right now, and I feel like I might be neat right now, and then I'm like, okay, Mr. Butcher, I'll study harder.
No. Okay, I'll stop. I'll turn off.
The look on his face was like he went into teacher mode. I think because you were a teacher at a couple different high schools, right?
Hoover High School here in San Diego, loved it. Great school. It's interesting. That was a ways back in the early '90s, and a lot of my former students are now, boy, they're parents and professionals and
That's awesome.
politicians, and it's really neat to see. And then I moved up to Orange County, and I taught at Irvine High School.
Irvine High School. So how long were you teaching at Irvine High School?
Just a couple of years, maybe a little over 2 years.
And then I remember you got out of it. You figured, what did you want to do after teaching?
Well, I got into sales. I didn't really know what, I wanted to be a
Right.
teacher. I loved it, but
Right.
unfortunately, maybe some of the listeners know that teachers don't make a lot of money. And
Unfortunately, that's true.
yeah,
Yes.
and living in Orange County and having
That does not match. The OC and a teacher salary?
Well,
No, that doesn't match.
There's a lot of obviously there's got to be teachers that live in Orange County, but you need to have multiple incomes, and we kept having children. I have 3 kids, and so it just got very expensive to live in Orange County on a teacher's salary. Again, a lot of people know that. So.
Or if you're an older teacher that bought their property like in '82, like the tenured ones,
Absolutely.
they have real estate there. But the
Absolutely.
new ones coming in, say I'm a teacher, I want to teach at Irvine High, and I'm making, I don't know, whatever, 80 grand a year or something like that, and the house is $950,000 for a detached home or something like something. It's just not going to
Yeah, a
happen.
new young teacher's not going to make $80,000, but yeah, it's tough. It's hard.
Yeah,
It's difficult.
actually, I was
Right.
being
It's
generous.
hard. Yeah.
No, that's true. So you were a teacher there and you got into sales. So what was your first sales job after teaching?
First sales job was with a company called Empower Communications, and Empower Communications ended up being bought by the company that I'm now at, which is Tel Pacific Communications, which I'm sure we'll talk about later.
Sure.
But it's a communications company that competed with Pacific Bell back then for telephone and internet services to businesses.
So what I'm guessing, you graduated with journalism, but I'm thinking growing up, you were always kind of a techie guy, right? You had that
No,
tech vibe.
Growing
you
up,
were
I
like
was
that?
a 100% sports guy.
Oh, well, this is like in our 20s.
In our
Were you
20s, I
sort of-
was even more of a sports guy.
Oh, we tried to maintain that youthful appearance.
Yeah, I wasn't really a tech. guy. In our 20s, I don't know if technology was anything really.
It was they just had this thing called the information superhighway that we were like, what is that? You know?
Well, the technology was answering machines, right?
Cassette deck answering
cassette
machines.
decks and
Yeah, I remember
things like that. Yeah.
And then what else? Like, say for example, if this is a house in 1991, how high tech was that? Because that's your field. You had a rotary phone or a push button phone, answering
Probably
machine,
a push button phone, answer machine.
a microwave.
I don't even know if we had a microwave. I don't
Oh yeah,
think
we had
one.
microwaves in the 90s.
But you had the big record player, big, huge stereo record player.
Oh yeah, Fisher, the ones, the big
Yep.
stack, and it
Yep.
had a
Yep.
glass door that opens up like this, and had speakers. and
TV
all
with
that.
3 stations.
TV was 3 stations, and internet wasn't even here
With
yet.
the hanger on the back for the antenna.
No, that's crazy. But so that first company, so that was the same company you're with now?
No, I was with Empower for 6 years.
Right,
I did
right.
really well there, and I wanted to branch out and do some other things, so I got into a couple other sales jobs, some nationwide sales opportunities,
Nice.
and just to kind of bring the story full circle, I ended up coming back to Tel Pacific last year. So
Oh.
I came back to the telecom industry last year.
Oh, interesting. So you came in in 2015. So, I mean that, and then you were still in Irvine at the time, right?
I was in Irvine, but in
Yeah.
transition to come to San Diego.
Wow. So how is it? I mean, since you're in the field, how is it for tech jobs now? I mean, say if I just graduated from college, or I'm looking, are they around still? Or-
Oh man, it's all there.
It's all
absolutely,
tech.
Absolutely,
It's all tech.
Absolutely. Look at everything. I mean, we carry around computers in our pockets, in
Yeah.
our phones, and the devices that everybody has at home. Apple TVs. I mean, everything.
So
is technology.
it's a big boom again. Because I'm out of the field, so I don't know where it's at.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you would say it's not necessarily a boom. It's just it's here to stay, and it's everywhere, everywhere.
And if you don't like technology, you're just kind of sunk, right? You're just you
Well,
have to
that's a
like
good
technology.
question. I don't know, because you see people that say, "Oh, I don't like cell phones," and I mean, they're like dinosaurs.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
so, um, but on the flip side of that, there is the movement of too much technology. Separates people. Maybe hey,
Yeah.
you see people emailing, texting, and they're standing right next to each other,
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
and stuff like that. So, I think there needs to be some balance in there, and
You know what I've noticed over the last year? Like you go to the stores, like the cool clothing stores that my kids go to. There's been a resurgence of records. Have you
That's
noticed
pretty
that?
nice, though. Look at that. That's
Huh?
pretty cool.
What?
Sure.
Oh, I have this in like 2 different sizes. I lost weight. This is like a 17 now. It's a 16 because I dropped like 10 pounds. So the big I'm waiting for that buffet so I can go back to the bigger shirt.
Oh, don't do that.
So hopefully it doesn't happen. But
I cut you off there. So your kids go to cool.
well, they go to stores that I have daughters, so then they go to, I guess trendier. They try to go to try to dress nicely, and those stores have aisles of records. I don't know if you've been into one like Urban
Vinyl.
Vinyl,
Oh,
yeah, vinyl.
That's coming back, right? Allegedly.
Yeah, no, it's back. I go there like I think a couple years ago they had like you go to Urban Outfitters, there'd be like maybe like a stack of like 30 albums, right? You go there now, there's like a whole thing now of albums, and then they're talking about the music sounds richer or I don't know. My ears aren't that good. I can't tell if it sounds rich. I don't even know what that means or.
So do you think that's gonna? I think that's just a trend. I mean, who wants to carry around a big platter the size of a record, right? Nobody does.
Yeah.
I think things are getting smaller. Your phone. You have music
Yeah.
on your phone.
Yeah.
A few thousand songs maybe. Or
Oh, you know what? On my phone, I'm not the kind of guy. I don't have like a bunch of music on here.
Really?
No, I don't even really. I mean, I just listen to the radio or old music.
Well, there's
I have
technology,
Pandora.
right? So
Pandora.
There you go.
I got
Technology.
Pandora,
There you go.
and but that's pretty much all I have. So so you were a physics and math teacher at Hoover and Irvine High, right?
Yeah, just science. Yeah, science and math at both of the schools, right?
And you told me you were involved with different chambers, right? Were you, when you do that? Were you also involved with the Chamber of Commerce in Irvine, and to help with the technology thing? Were you also involved in that as well?
I got involved with chambers once I left teaching, because it made natural sense in the
Networking.
sales role and networking. Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Because the type of sales you were into was basically it was business to business, right?
Right.
Business, not business to the end user. Because the chamber, I don't know if it would do much for selling to an end user, but business to business. You want to meet people who are bringing companies.
Sure. Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
interesting. And then you did that at Irvine, and then oh wait, I wanted to make a quick announcement. You're a newlywed, right?
Yeah. Yeah. August of last year.
Oh,
2015.
congratulations! And you married Gemma.
Gemma
Gutierrez.
Gemma Gutierrez. Now Gemma Gutierrez Butcher.
So the Gutierrez is still there, but she doesn't just go by Gemma Butcher.
I don't know. Yeah, I think so. It doesn't matter.
And how did you guys meet?
We met on Facebook, actually.
You met on Facebook.
Yeah, we laugh and call it, Match.com.
Oh wow! So what'd you do? You just were scrolling and just hope she added you in or something?
Well, through a mutual friend on Facebook, I saw Gemma's picture, and
Oh.
I sent her a private message and said, "Hey, you want to get together for a coffee or a drink or whatever?" And she said, "Yeah, why not?" So that it just started just from that.
Was she in Irvine?
She was in San Diego when I was living in Orange County at the time. Irvine.
So who's a mutual friend that you saw?
Anna Torres.
Anna Torres.
Hi, Anna.
So you knew Anna Torres prior to?
I knew her, but kind of knew her through mutual friends too, all in the the Montgomery High area. Facebook's that funny thing, right, where you get a lot of friends, and some of them you don't even know, some of them you don't see at all. But now I see Anna a lot. So
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I've known Anna for quite a long time. So shout out to Anna. I don't know if you're listening, maybe you're at work, but Chris says thank you for introducing me to his
Absolutely.
new wife. So, and then that prompted you to come back to San Diego because her family was here, I guess, right? Something like
Well,
that.
she was here. My family is from here. My mother was really ill at the time, and then the job at Telpacific became available. So there were a lot of reasons to come back home, really.
Oh, okay. So where do you live now?
Live in National City.
Okay, so in the National City, and then you're part of the chamber there as well?
Part of the chamber there, yes.
Okay. So when we come right back, we're going to talk about all that Chris is doing for the Chamber of Commerce in the National City, his BRG group. He's also reigniting the ambassador group, right? What's that called again? It's called the ambassador?
The ambassadors, yeah, or the ambassadors.
So are you the only one doing that, or is there other ambassadors there?
We have a group of people that are trying to reignite the group, and all that the ambassadors do, and I'm leading that group.
So that'll be a lot of information, so please stay tuned. We'll be back in a couple minutes, and you'll learn a lot about the Chamber of Commerce of the National City and all the great work that they're doing. So we will be right back.
Adding the choice of a crispy chicken BLT to Wendy's
Now we can get into the
44
meat
is
of
the
things.
biggest thing since rappers
Meat.
trying to sing.
Can you please check this?
Yes. Hi, I'm Megan.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Nice to
I've
meet
heard your
you.
name a million times.
Check this and check this.
Will do. Everything sounded great. I listened to you.
Okay.
The incoming was
Thank you, sir.
great
Okay,
too.
I'm
Both
good.
are topped with crispy
Two
apple
things.
smoked bacon
The
and
song you
some
sent me,
corn
we
nuggets
got it in our
fried for
computers.
just
Is there
$4.
anything special about the one?
And
It was a different song.
Limited time. Meal and fee, small fries
It's
and
on.
drinks.
The one I just sent you was a different song, I think.
Lowrider.
Mexico has
Yes.
had it with
We have it in our
corruption,
computer.
with the contracts
I'm
for
just
their
asking
buddies,
if the one that you sent
with
me, is
White
there
House,
anything different
and
about
with
that other than the
devaluation.
Is it
original?
standard? Did you send him a
It's
standard?
normal. Yeah, play the lowrider one.
Thank you.
Play the
Yeah,
lowrider.
okay.
Yeah, do the lowrider. I appreciate it.
Well, I was
And
going to
your
do it
love.
at 12:30.
They are
Okay,
changing
perfect. 12:30 is
Mexico.
perfect.
And then,
with your
do you know why
participation,
I
you are
didn't
about to
receive
say
your emails
goodbye to
before?
those
I sent it to the wrong
politicians.
person.
Yes,
What you want.
twice.
And
I'm
they
not a
will.
high tech guy. Thank you
Usually
so much.
it's user
They
error,
put
right?
the PRD in your
User error and user error.
So together, they can
Yeah.
change Mexico.
Can you take a cool
Everything was
pic?
good.
Take a pic of him like doing this thing so he can
Candidate
put it on his
from the PT to
Facebook
the
or
13th
I will.
whatever.
Doing what thing? What am
For
I
you
know,
and for your
the
family
thing
as
like
a
that.
congressman.
This
He will
way.
make the new general hospital in Tijuana.
I will. I'll get some good ones while you guys are talking.
For you
too.
and your
I liked your
family
intro
as a
song.
congressman. He will
That was
keep
the wrong
solving
one.
your
It
water
wasn't.
problem.
Well, that was my old music,
For you,
but the
and
new
your
music
I know,
he's
I
on.
was going to say the same thing.
Sounded good to
That was when I
me.
had
So that you will
Gerson
not
on.
have
We'd
to
have
pay
to did all the
for
DJ
I
thing.
just put it all in your
For
face
you
right now.
and your family.
Sorry.
Work hard.
So
Keep
this
your
way,
body
actually.
in the best shape
30
possible by
seconds.
checking yourself, measuring
Yeah,
yourself,
that sounds
and moving.
I'll get some good
If you
pictures.
want to control
We
your
didn't sound like
weight,
I was
the
nervous.
best idea
No,
is to
not at
consult
all.
with your doctor.
The intro sounded
It doesn't
perfect.
take a magic formula.
Sound like you're a pro
The
at
recommended
this.
weight loss is
You
about
have
2
a good
pounds per week.
voice for radio
You
too.
know what's good for you.
Like that low.
Go to your
Yes,
health
they have a
clinic
good face
and
for
make it
radio.
happen. Check
That's Lee
yourself.
Hamilton.
Measure yourself and move.
Is that on YouTube?
Remember, prevention is the best way.
What is my voice
Health
like?
Secretary,
like
ISSSTE, IMSS.
Oh no! Listen, hear that?
That's great music.
Good afternoon. This is Vincent Villafranca over here at radio show Smart Move with Vincent Villafranca. We're sitting here with Chris Butcher, and he is part of the board, the Chamber of Commerce in National City, and we're going to get into that right now. That's a great organization. I want to talk to him about that so you can hear all the good things that they're doing. So you moved to National City, right?
Correct.
And what made you choose the National City Chamber of Commerce? Did you look at any other cities, or like North County or East County, or was it just the right fit for you? Or
Yeah, I looked at Chula Vista. Actually, I looked at Chula Vista first because I was actually from further south.
Right,
and,
right.
And I looked at Chula Vista first, and then I went to National City, kind of personal, informal interviews of those two chambers to see which one would be the best fit. And I'll be honest, the reason why I picked National City was because of their CEO and president there, Jacqueline Reynoso.
it was a very good fit for you and for what you
Just
want
a
to do?
good fit. I liked
Open?
her vision. Yeah, open.
That's key, yeah.
Her vision was in alignment with what I was, wanting to do, and she is really pro the member. She's really for helping out everybody that's involved at the chamber.
So, the Chamber of Commerce, what exactly is their function? Because everybody knows chamber. Not everybody, really looks into that. What is their function for that particular city, NC? National City.
Oh boy.
What is
we
their
can get
basic
into
function?
official basic functions? Help. First of all, anybody that joins can look at the chamber as a resource for their business.
How can they help say for example, if I want to open up a business, I want to open up a restaurant over on Highland. What can the chamber do for me? Do they spread the word to the other businesses, or do they help with opening day ceremonies or whatever? What do they do for me if I want to
Yes,
open up?
those are two of them right there. They help get the word out and promote your business. They can do a ribbon cutting to announce you or your opening to the area.
Right.
But they can also help you with getting information on things like licenses and permits, and at least point you in that direction, because it's a business focused.
Oh, I see. So, say for example, if I had a business there and I wanted to do a liquor license or something like that, I don't actually have to use a chamber, but the chamber helps me. They give me the information on how to do it. Is that what they do?
They can point you in the direction.
Right,
They can
right.
tell you about past businesses that have gone through that process.
Sure.
And there's a lot of resources. The chamber has connections to all the resources that a business would need to have to open up. In the area.
Does every business use a chamber, or some just don't? They don't know about it, or
Yeah, some don't know about it. Some
Right.
don't care. Some just
Sure.
do their own thing, and everybody's different.
well, it sounds like like if I had a business there, the chamber would be sort of like my team to help me facilitate what I want to do. And I mean, it's better if there's a team helping
It's
you,
a
right?
tool.
Sure,
If
big
businesses
tool.
do it right, they use it as a tool to promote their business, to connect them to other people and other resources,
Right.
and to have a place to go to ask questions about things that are going on in the community.
Mm-hmm.
You get informed of things that are happening or that are coming up in the community that may or may not be helpful to your business.
Now, now you're on the board now, and you got it there
Right.
very fast. How many are in the board of directors? How many boards of directors are? Is it just one, or is it a group of people?
A group of, I think, 23 people.
And those are all the board.
That's the board of directors.
And then the chamber is just the members.
Chamber is the members.
How many members? How many active members are there right now?
I knew you were going to ask me that. I want to say 700. That's a rough guess.
Active, like participating.
That's a
and-
better question,
Yeah.
which is active.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people sign up and you just don't ever hear about them. See, they get the
Oh.
plaque and they put it on the wall, and maybe
Right.
that's just what their goal was. But active, oh man, that's a great question. A small percentage is active, and that's
Sure,
probably
it's
consistent
always
in every
small.
chamber.
Do you have to live in National City to be on the board and chamber and all this stuff? Do you have
Nope,
to-
nope.
So if I came from Chula Vista or East County, I can join if I have interest in
You
helping.
can join, right? And you could.
Oh, interesting.
I'm assuming you could even be on the board. No, I'm not assuming. You can be on the board. It's
Right.
just a function of how involved you want to be, how much you want to help the community and the city, and based on those things and what your goals are, it's definitely a possibility that you can get on the board if you want.
No, I know. Well, I'm guessing. I know some chambers are some of them political. Like they support particular parties and they bicker among
Oh, man,
themselves.
you're-
Because I don't like that stuff. Because I figured they're supposed to help businesses versus helping some.
Yeah, you're asking the wrong guy. I'm so non-political. But,
Yeah, I'm the same way. That's why I don't.
I don't
like
know if there's a
politics.
way to avoid politics,
Right.
because the chamber is business oriented in a city, and so
It's all about business.
It's
Yeah,
about business,
It should be.
and it should be. So, what was your question again?
So I mean, do they try to sway you to certain political directions, like certain
Oh,
members and
oh.
all that stuff? And do they try to do that?
I have not experienced that personally. I
Right.
know it happens, and I just don't want to get involved with any of that now.
Yeah, I don't get involved with that stuff either. But it sounds like something I want to get involved in. I grew up in National City as well as Paradise Hills, so and I've been there since I was a kid. I've seen those stores like Toledo's store that was like in 1972. I used to go there with my dad. I worked at Fedco.
Fedco.
I worked at the Fedco. Do you remember Murley?
I do.
I worked at Fedco with Murley
Fedco. Wow, that goes way back. Yeah, that goes back.
in 1988. I think I was 19, or maybe I was 2 years old. I'm not really sure, depending on how old I want to be. But yeah, so you're part of the chamber, and then so the general function is to help businesses come in, and that's pretty much it, right?
Yeah, there's a lot of
Is that
functions,
one of the
but
primary,
yeah,
I guess?
to help promote business and,
Right.
and also things in the community. We do a lot of community events,
Yes.
and that brings people together. There's we're going to talk about some of those things, but like the mariachi festival
Mhm.
we do, and salute to Navy, things like that, where we connect with the community and provide a venue and a forum and an event to bring those activities to the community.
I really like that. My parents were, well, my dad was in the Navy, so the Salute to Navy luncheon, is that a gigantic event? It sounds like it would be a gigantic event.
It should be probably bigger than it is, but
Right.
it's the 60th annual one is coming up this year.
When is that?
It's well, I think we're working. I don't know if we have the date yet, but it's typically around October.
Is it like in a hall or is it a park or?
Yeah, it's in National City at the I think it's at the MLK Martin Luther King Center in National City.
And they have all who goes? Just the community basically, and they.
It's really for servicemen. The
Sure.
Navy. I mean the hall. It's amazing. The hall's full of Navy men there.
Do you have vendors in there or that sort of thing? Is it that kind of event, or is it basically just a luncheon?
It's a luncheon to honor
Sure.
the past and the future, and there are some vendors, but they're really kind of military focused, but it's not like an expo where people are
You're
selling.
right. That's what I was
It's really,
thinking. You know, where they're trying to sell. There's like a row of people trying to sell their things to.
yeah,
active servicemen
it
or
would
something
be
like that.
exposure to maybe services and things maybe to benefit military families or servicemen, things like that.
Now, if I was a business in National City right now and I wanted to reach a chamber to help me out, how would I be able to reach them?
How would you be able to
Reach the chamber?
The
Like,
chamber.
what would I do?
Well, you just
to
come
help
to
me?
the chamber. Go to the website. nationalcitychamber.
I'm sure they can
Yeah,
search
they
it.
go. They go to the chamber website, or they can come to. I run a networking group called the Business Rendezvous Group.
Mhm.
We call it the BRG.
Right.
And we run that on the first and third Thursday of every month at the chamber. It's an open networking event. It's really designed for chamber members. We allow guests to come to 2 of the meetings.
Sure.
And if they come to 2 meetings, they'll see the value. There are 25 to 30 people in there, all good business people looking to network and share ideas and share opportunities.
The interesting thing when I met you, I think we went to get some coffee a couple weeks ago, and then you invited me to because we were talking about the BRG and the chamber, and I was kind of like, I thought they were kind of one and the same. And when I went to the meeting last week, I thought it was a chamber meeting, right? And I walked in, and there were a lot of business people, right? And everyone was talking to each other. I go, am I at the right meeting? I thought it would be a boring chamber.
You thought it
meeting.
was a board meeting?
Yeah, I thought it was a
Oh,
board
okay.
meeting. So I got because we were talking about a couple different things at the same time, and then the people were handing out cards. I go, what is this? And then people just started networking. I was like, okay. I only had like 4 cards on me, so I was talking to a little bit. I met some really good people, and those people were, I don't want to say aggressive, but they were good business people. These people weren't there to mess around. They really wanted to help spread their businesses and meet people. So it was very, very cool
Good.
experience
Good.
for me. And then so I got to, I guess, do an impromptu. I spoke to people about what I do, and all the other people spoke. It was very, very cool. These people were very good business people. I
Good,
could tell.
good.
And
I'm glad the experience was good.
No, it was very positive. Because, like, you know, when you sell real estate, like me, I've been selling real estate now for almost 15 years. You know, you have realtors that are very aggressive, realtors that are very passive, but everybody there had, like, you know, eye of the tiger. Hey,
I
here's my
don't
card.
I don't want to be that bad. I don't
No,
wanna
no,
be
not that bad, but you know what I mean. They were business people there to meet people. So.
Right, right.
But it was very cool, and that's where we met. I met the person Rosalie, and I met you, and I met a couple other people that were really wanted to spread their business.
Good,
That was really
good.
cool. So, but yeah, so we have a couple more minutes, but I want to talk to one more thing. Auto Heritage Day at Kimball Park. What is that all about?
That's pretty cool.
It sounds cool. I like cars,
Yeah,
so
it's
that's why I brought that up.
hundreds of cars and car owners, obviously, that spend a lot of money on their cars.
Mhm.
They're, I don't want to say predominantly, but there's obviously a lot of lowriders that are there. But there are some really tricked out cars. You know, every make and model, and it's a family event, which
Right.
is really cool.
Right.
There's a lot of food vendors. I mean, you can go there and spend the whole day there looking at cars and probably blow your mind with some of the things you see. It's really neat.
So, when was the last one to go to?
It was
The summer event, maybe, or?
Let me see. It was in August. So
Oh, it's coming up then again.
coming
huh?
up again, yeah. And again, we're working on the date for that one. But yeah, it's really neat.
So they have lowrider cars. They have fix-up trucks. Kind of everything that you want to see there. Huh?
Yeah, any car can be entered into that thing.
Is it? It's a contest basically. With
Yeah, there's
prizes?
awards. There's different categories, and there's different awards. I wasn't on the voting committee for that, but there are ways to win plaques and awards.
Okay, no, that's good. So a funny thing that when we talked regarding the BRG, so in order to join the BRG, do you have to be part of the chamber, or like how does that work? How do they work together?
Yeah,
those
the
two organizations?
VRG is a part of the chamber. You get 2 meetings as a visitor, and then after the second meeting, you probably, and hopefully you see the value in joining. The chamber membership is so minimal compared to what you can get.
Yo, absolutely,
Out of it.
sure.
Yeah. And like anything, it's what you put into it. If you go to events, if you network with people, meet with people, you're gonna that membership fee is nominal.
Oh yeah, no, it's a couple $100, not a big deal. Yeah, remember you asked me what type of networking do I do? I say I don't do any. I haven't done that. I've never done networking, but it was cool because when I went to the meeting as a realtor or someone who wants to help, it really helped meeting people like that and just meeting people in general. I'm good behind the radio, but as far as when you get me in person to talk, I kind of fumble.
You're so full of it.
I kind of fumble my words.
You hear
and,
everyone laughing?
I'm laughing.
Okay.
I'm a fumbler, so I never played football. I'm a fumbler. Okay, so regarding other Las Palmas, I used to play basketball there. Back when I was, do you remember the gym there? There's
Yeah.
just a gym in there, and
Yeah.
then we used to, old school of National City. My dad was the one of the members of the Filipino American community of National City. My dad's passed away, but at that generation, they used to meet at Kimball Park or Las Palmas, and it'd be a group of Filipinos with their families. So we used to go there a couple times a year. I remember Jerson Andrade, he said his parents were that, so I met a lot of people from National City who were from Subaru High School. So all the people who graduated there from like 85 and older.
Yeah.
That's when that when we were kids, we used to go there and participate in that. But I don't think it's around anymore. So maybe it'll come back, but I don't think it's around anymore, unfortunately. But that's good. So regarding also updates on progress, what new things are they working with National City? Is there anything new they're working on, like port growth or moving south or that sort of thing? Or?
Yeah, so I'm not deeply
Sure.
involved or even really informed about a lot of that stuff, but I do know that there's conversations on things like 8th Street, the revitalization and building up of 8th Street, trying to maybe build like a downtown area.
Oh, I know exactly where that is. Is that the street Zarlitos is on?
That's the street that Zorro.
So they're making that street really cool. They're building. They're trying to deck that street out. I've noticed that. There's been a lot of development out there.
Yeah.
So that'll be like sort of a walkable area where people can see
yeah,
businesses.
we need some cool businesses to kind of come in there,
yeah,
like
yeah.
a cafe, brewery,
Mhm.
whatever. If those
cafe.
things can get in there, then you start
Sports
getting more
bar.
people. Yeah, sports bar.
Oh, interesting.
You want to open one?
No, sports bar. I'll just do this radio thing. I kind of enjoy this. I'll keep doing this for
Megan,
now.
how about you?
But I remember that. Oh, back to the Las Palmas pool. But I used to play basketball there, and it was kind of really good experience that I've had at that place. Because they had a pool there, and I used to swim there back and forth when I was
Yeah.
like in 12 years old or something like that. Wasn't that great a swimmer, but I was 12 years old. Who cares? You just kind of floundered doing that stuff. But it was a fun way to do that. So so Auto Heritage Day, Kyle Morgan Golf. Where is that held? The Kyle Morgan Golf Tournament?
That's at the Coronado Golf Course.
The Coronado Golf Course.
You ever played there?
No, I don't play golf. I should start. Do you play golf?
Very badly, a couple times a year.
Oh, so you're not a regular.
I'm not
Yeah.
a regular. I mean, I probably play 2-3 times a year, 4 times maybe. I want to play
Oh.
more. It's fun, and that's the one thing I'm not that competitive at. Everything else I'm very competitive at, but I think I
Sure.
know that I'm so bad at golf that I don't take it
Yeah.
that seriously.
I want to learn it one time, but I think that swing was going to mess up my back or something. Because that new movement will probably mess me up. That's what I was thinking.
Well, if you don't play, you're never gonna know.
Yeah.
I guess.
I'll just keep
And
keep running in the
That was
straight
a left-handed
circle.
swing.
I'm left-handed.
Yeah.
Everything is left-handed. Well, except if I kick right-footed.
Yeah, that's a great event, and obviously on Coronado Island in the summer, it's
Right.
it's crazy. It's really pretty out there.
Coronado Island. So who's invited? Anybody? It's open. Are there any celebrities there, or is it
Open.
big, or football players,
Yeah,
Chargers,
I want to
Padres?
say, I think Jim Lazovic was one of the speakers or the host of that last event.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay,
but yeah, it's open to anybody.
okay. So when we come right back, we're going to be talking to Chris about his business. business he does. The name, what's the name of your company again?
Telepacific.
Telepacific. We'll be talking about Telepacific and all he does there. He's the top. Wait, he's a top sales rep out of 180 reps at that company. So if we're going to talk about that, we'll talk
Where'd you
to
get
him
that
about
info
that.
from?
We'll be right back.
This is John
What's
Fox
up?
with
What's up?
CBS Sports
Yeah,
Minute.
it is.
If you want to
Oh,
test
I
out
know.
the Sacramento Kings are
I
perennial
like your
NBA
shirt.
doormats.
Oh, thank
They
you.
last made the
Thank you.
playoffs in
Actually, here's
2006.
a funny
Consider
story.
this. In announcing the hiring
Janet
of new
Rome
coach
is the one who
Dave
got me
Yeager,
this
general
shirt.
manager
She got
Vladdy
this shirt for my
Divac said there were no
That's an
plans to
expensive
trade
shirt.
for Marcus
It's a
Cousins.
Robert Graham
Divac
shirt.
should trade Cousins. Why?
Right.
Because Cousins is a coach killer. That's why he's played for 5 coaches in 6 NBA seasons.
Yeah,
He'll
give him a
always
pic.
have
Can I add
very
it on
good
my
numbers,
Snap?
26 points and 11 rebounds a
Do
game
you
this season,
Snapchat?
but will never be worth the
I'm just
trouble.
gonna
The
do
Kings are in a position to make a fresh
Yeah,
start
like,
this
hold
summer.
on
Their
to
other
this.
star headache,
That'd be
Rajon
cool.
Rondo, is a free agent,
Yeah,
and
that's
surely
cool.
they'll gleefully wave goodbye to him.
I like
So
it.
why not clean house? Start fresh
I'll
with
send it
Yeager,
to you.
and
Yeah,
if you
that's
bottom
cool.
out, so what?
Show your
It's
friends
not like
too.
they're giving anything up. Go from bad to worse,
I'm
and
gonna
then
sit
get
over
better
there
with
so I don't
5
move
draft
around
picks in
while
the
it's
future.
going
I'm
on.
John Fine.
Take some
Are you in the picture or no? You're not in the
No, I try to get out of the
We'll take a
video.
lot of pics around here.
Yeah, well, in the green room. Did you guys see it?
So now we'll talk about Telepacific and kind of anything, you know what I mean? Anything and whatever else. If there's another project you're working on, whatever. But we'll talk about Telepacific
If I
now,
wanted
what
to
they
speak
do.
to someone, do you think they're out there? They're out there, all right. Their award-winning client service
Is that on, I hope?
anything I've ever experienced.
It's on. That's on. Everything's good.
Rocket Mortgage at QuickenLoans.com. Push
Yeah.
button, get mortgage.
Rocket.
Equal housing lender. Licensed in all 50 states. NMLS Consumer Access.org number 3030.
Restore lost fuel economy and eliminate rough idle with
Starbucks?
Lucas Fuel Injector Cleaner. Right now at O'Reilly Auto
I
Parts,
had
buy
to
2
get
bottles
some
of Lucas
today.
Fuel Injector Cleaner and get
Yeah,
one
time to
free.
make coffee at
Clean
home.
clogged injectors and increase fuel efficiency with Lucas Fuel Injector Cleaner. Buy 2, get one free at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Better parts, better prices every day. Limit supply. See
Oh, very
store for
close?
details.